Welcome to Bullshit TV. I am your host. Let's get rid of this disclaimer. I am not, or never have I had experience a bar's license to practice law, and I never had clients, never went to school, failed out, and just gave up on the dream, or just went rogue after failing out of school. I just read the laws that's within the United States, and I just put forth common sense. And sometimes the laws shouldn't even be a law because it just don't make sense to me. But that's why we're here. But today, on the cycle of the bullshit, today's segment is going to be about what I kind of touched light bases on is defunding the police versus defunding the FBI. So as we all know, as of last week or the week before then, Marjorie Taylor Greene and the mega Republican Party that's siding with Trump, aka the mega Republican Party. So Trump's beautiful mansion, Mar-a-Lago, was raided, or what I keep reading, New York Times, Yahoo News, CNBC, NBC, worldwide news. It wasn't really a raid because what happened on Breonna Taylor's home in Louisville, Kentucky 2 years back in 2020, that was a raid. What happened to Donald Trump was just a warrant being served at the moment of they need to search the premises of Mar-a-Lago to get back documents that was rightfully belong to the United States of America, the White House, whatever you want to say. Yes, he was president and he had access to these files, but once you leave the right of power or your position, everything has been turned in, or is just, you no longer have access. That's just like anybody at Amazon or at Petco or Myers or at factories. You have access to all these things that's on the at the workplace, but once you get fired, you don't just keep coming back and using the locker or using their benefits at the insurance company. It was like, I used to work there. I worked there. I was the greatest worker there, and shit like that. But the difference in between defunding the police and defunding the FBI is two different things. They might sound the same because everything stemmed back from Black Lives Matter, the BLM movement, when we was calling for defund the police. Because when I first heard about Marjorie Taylor Greene and the other Republicans of the mega crew saying that they wanted defund the FBI, I couldn't really get with, but it's like trending or treading right in that area of defunding the police, because Black folks and other people that's not, maybe just poor communities and people that's eyes has been open because of the George Floyd murder back in, I believe that was 2020 also, or 2021, is because sometimes people is really seeing the police who they really are. They are overusing their power. They getting away with all this shit. For instance, they have this what basically is just saying that if they under investigation and they in the union, because these police officers, something immunity. So I feel like when Black folks say, or just people in general that don't see is just one bad apple in that apple pie, it's the whole fucking pie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We saying it because you shouldn't have disqualified immunity. If you kill somebody, or if you allegedly kill somebody, or while somebody in your care die, because we are your responsibility, the people, the citizens of the United States, and you know what I mean, different towns and all that, you shouldn't get qualified immunity. Yeah, that's what it's called, qualified immunity. Basically, you're untouchable. You know what I'm saying? Somehow they're getting off, and it's led by the union. I feel like this. When we say defund the police, if somebody dies or great bodily harm or something, but it has to be a cutoff somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, it could be just a police officer and his daughter got caught by another police officer, but from the same force. You know what I mean? Same department. and he stops her for speeding, and then he comes in and he's like, oh man, come on, don't get my daughter this she can't get insurance, all this. It was like, let's just let this one go. Yeah, I think, even though it's wrong, you know what I mean, just to get a shot of the doubt that she will learn her lesson, you know what I mean? So I'm cool with that, but some people might not be, because it's still considered bad, but it's not really, you know what I mean? But if somebody died, you shouldn't be, because they out here normal citizens of the United States, and I'm pretty sure in other countries, you have to make a statement within a certain period of time. You know what I'm saying? They'll go days, weeks, and months before they even make their first initial statement, what happened on the situation. And then the first 5 years, when we say defund the police, in the next, like the first 5 years into the force, you should be able to, you should be basically forced to stay in the community that you serve in. You shouldn't be coming out of fucking these areas where it's clean cut, blue collar and all this shit, but you coming way out to the hood, as y'all want to keep saying, calling it, or whatever. And then, so you already going in a mindset, these are bad people, this is bad people. That's what we mean by defunding the police. They need to live within the communities that they working, or just outside the mile. So when you going on for your jog, or going to the store just to get a bottle of water or to get gas before you take your ass to work, you can see who's the problem, who's the real criminals are. You'll be able to see who's just need help. You know what I'm saying? Like, the homeless people that y'all just keep kicking around because you feel like you better than them because you're not out here homeless and begging for change or fighting drug addiction and all that shit. So you will know how to treat people. That's what I'm getting at. You will know your neighbors. You will know the neighborhood that you stay in within. You will know who the kids are just lost opportunities, even though kids shouldn't be looked at as lost opportunity, but sometimes you only could do so much. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's a whole nother video also. But stop giving these police enforcements more and powerful guns and weaponry and all the security shit. Like, just downright, for what? Because y'all say ain't shit in the hood anyway. So what the fuck are you protecting? What are you protecting in the hood if it ain't shit here? You know what I mean? So I feel like if you could just live here and see the day to day, you'll know who need to be arrested and sit in jail and all that shit. I'm not saying going out there killing them. And some police cars don't even really need a police officer, just somebody else with another background. But you can be the security guard, you can be the little Terminator guy, sitting in the background making sure that everything goes smoothly. But nobody deserves that, because that's why the justice system was created. Well, what it should have been created for is to actually not throw away, but put criminals in jail, real criminals. It don't matter if you black, white, rich, or poor. If you do criminal shit, you should go to fucking jail. No, and it's a lot about it. You know what I'm saying? So, defunding the FBI is not what black folks is calling defund the police. The difference is these Republicans, mega Republicans, is saying defund the FBI because they are fucking with Donald Trump. They don't like it, and he's doing shit he ain't supposed to been doing. He been doing the shit. He been saying the shit. He said he ran on his campaign, I can shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue and nobody will blink a goddamn eye. And that's what I'm talking about with the January 6th. Even though you feel like the election was stolen and all this shit, that your people went and fought and represented, put some of these accusations in front of a judge, and they still said it is not enough fucking evidence. It's not enough evidence, and you calling out all these representations of where you lost, where you thought you should have won, all this shit. Then he took documents home and then didn't want Biden to take office. You know what I mean? Because I felt like it could have been some bullshit, even with the Hillary shit, but I didn't jump down the rabbit hole because, like, everybody keeps saying, like, it ain't no way that Donald Trump lost. When Donald Trump was going against Hillary, she was ahead like a motherfucker. She was ahead. I was like, damn, we might see our first president. This just shows you that I really don't care about skin color. It's how you treat people, and how you are is wrong. So, but I have a background of African American, so I'm always side with my people. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, this is just a learning experience for all of us. And I want us to come together so we can get this shit together like the United States is supposed to be. But anyway, back to defunding the FBI. They don't So since Donald Trump is being his house being searched, it wasn't raided because and a raid is basically you getting arrested. Whoever's there, you an accessory. Somebody, people are picking up charges, and shit is being taken from your fucking house. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers probably knocked on the door. Oh, we got a search warrant for this, for these documents. He shouldn't have them. I don't care how you feel about it. And they said a lot of people is you sound crazy. I'm sorry, because you know crazy is if people that with mental problems, but I just think you just soulless. These people aren't crazy, they just soulless. How you telling me just because he was a former president you cannot uh go search his house and put him under investigation because he was a former fucking president? I bet to this day Obama is still under investigation about his fake ass birth certificate allegedly that y'all keep spewing out. So if you do criminal shit, you get criminal fucking papers, because you can't just be stealing shit and doing and saying shit and now you not president. Because this is quite fishy. A sitting president can't be prosecuted or even investigated. I don't know about the investigation part because they probably still investigate. So by the time you get out of office, hopefully it's enough to peg your ass to the motherfucking blackboard. But anyway, so if you taking stuff and you cause the insurrection, now you threatening people on live TV. Like, if you don't quit messing with my people, they're angry and all of this. He done so fucking much, and people want him back in office just so they can get cheaper gas. You selling your soul for cheaper fucking gas. This, like, I don't know if y'all really taking this man serious, but you gotta remember, before January 6th, it was 2-3 other capitals that was getting ran up into. So they saying to fund the FBI because they don't want their shit exposed. They don't want future shit, or some of these people that's riding with the mega coattail or whatever, they could be implicated in some shit. So that is not what we talk about when we say defund the police. These people want their shit on a hush hush because honestly, Biden been kicking their ass. I don't know if I think I'm in the middle and not really a Democrat, because I see what people talking about, because I still don't understand how Republicans is steady passing all these fucked up bills like the voter restriction act, down in, I believe it's Georgia. You can't pass out water within 1,500 feet. That's just a guesstimation of a polling site on a polling day or some shit. Like, these people, this is what your votes did. This election, the past election, this is what your votes did. These motherfuckers got mad and home invaded the White House. I mean, the Capitol building. They got so mad because they just knew people wasn't just gonna get out and fucking vote. So they trying to do this voter fraud, that it was stolen, a big lie. And he had people that tried to take, well, they didn't try, they did. They took it in front of a judge and the judge dismissed it. 63 of them. 63. No, maybe 64. One was just like, nah, I'm not indulging in your bullshit. And 63 of them actually try to find some type of evidence that says this could be potentially a stolen election. No, all the shit was dismissed. Like, we can't find shit. So you called up people talking about, I need 11,000 votes. That is not what the BLM movement is talking about. Defund the fucking, for that shit. I believe if you are doing criminality shit, you should go. And then after that, then you set tones and morals, because like sometimes shit happens, but you can't help but to do it. You know what I mean? And that's another story too. But defund the police is for people that don't want their criminality shit exposed. They don't want to deal with the consequences behind their dirty actions. And defunding the police is no. They need to be exposed because they're wrongfully taking lives every day. And it ain't just killing. It could just be sending someone wrongfully to prison and they in there for 50 years because it's happening. And by the time they get out, their lives is better. Let's just be honest, like, it's over. 50 years, you've been detained, not detained, you've been in jail for 50 years, in prison for 50 years for something that you really, really did not do. And when you get out, it's like you lost every fucking thing. You lost your family, not like in a physical sense. It's just like, damn, I miss birthdays and all that shit. So the police, that the bad apples that we keep, the few bad apples that we keep talking about, they need to be looked into and how they doing shit, because they fucking lying. But the Republican Party, for some reason, got people in a fucking trance and believe some of the shit that they saying is true. It is not true. It is not fucking true. Because I can guarantee, if you ever worked at Amazon or anywhere which you had workplace shit, you are not taking that with you that they know about. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't supposed to do it at all. You ain't using the badge and still walking around on the premises and looking what's going to go on sale. No, once your shit comes to an end and it's cut off, you don't get those privileges anymore. And talking about because of former president, he shouldn't been doing. They should have been looking into that when he was president, because it ain't no, nothing in real writing that says that they don't have to convict a sitting president, but they won't do it for whatever fucking reason. And this shit getting real, y'all. It's a difference between the two. Defund the FBI and defunding the police are not the same. If you got anything that you want to say about this shit, because I'm pretty sure somebody is, let's try to do it respectfully. Let's don't go with the name calling to amongst each other. Because if you do, I'm still not in a place where I can just let everything roll off my back. You know what I'm saying? So I will get petty too. So I'm just trying to do something positive and change the world, because I have a weird way of seeing a lot of different views. But if there is a square root of it all, I will expose it. So go ahead. I'll holler at y'all later.